It's just syncing, I believe. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here in Coach's Corner. Today we have Cathi Korelin, and she is a tax guru. And I am so thrilled because a lot of you that follow me are business owners and entrepreneurs, and I've had conversations with so many of you that want to grow. And, you know, I'm going to let Cathi take over and introduce herself. Go ahead, Cathi.
Hi, my name is Cathi Korelin, and I'm an enrolled agent, which means I'm a federally licensed tax professional, and I'm a certified tax coach. So what is it I do is that I actually help businesses to save more money and put more money in their pockets at tax time. One of the things that I have done to maximize taxes, I actually became a C corporation. As a C corporation, I am an employee. As an employee, I get fringe benefits. So what happens for that? Well, you have a health savings account that you put money into every year. My business could put the money into the account for me, so it doesn't come out of my pocket. It pays for my health insurance. It can actually lease a car for me, so it doesn't come out of my pocket. Even something as small as a Thanksgiving turkey. A lot of companies give their employees turkeys at Thanksgiving. So I can do the same thing for my company. It took me a long time to get to this point. I've been in business for a few years, but this is the first time I've ever had the foresight to actually do this for myself. And Liberty, you help business owners get to that point. And I appreciate that. So can you give me a little bit of information on how you help us do that?
Right. So I'm Liberty Santiago. I am a Bob Proctor business consultant and mindset trainer. And what I help business owners do is get from the idea of taking their business from where it's at now to a growth point to actually accomplishing that by teaching them new ways to think and new ways to do things. Because success is not a secret, it's a system. And so once we can teach business owners and entrepreneurs the system, they can experience growth in a formula that's really quick. And I love that. I love helping people so that way they don't have to wait years. And you know, what I've discovered also for myself is when working with you and talking with you, that there's so many advantages to being a business owner that I just wasn't even aware of. So when we can bring our consciousness to having others who are experts in their field, allow them to guide us, we can take off like a rocket. And, you know, could you share with us a couple of the tips and tricks that the business owners, you know, might be able to learn about? What's new since, you know, the pandemic?
So, yeah, the pandemic has actually created a lot of advantages for the business owner. Some advantages are better if you're an employee. Some advantages are fine if you are a sole proprietor. So if you have employees that are stuck at home working, or let's say you are the employee for your company, as I am, if you are now stuck at home working, Section 139 of the tax code says if you're in a disaster area, and of course, country, you can actually supplement your employees' living expenses. So let's say now you have to go from home, you can't go, and utilities are higher because of that. You can actually pay those extra utilities with your business account. Let's say you have one computer and your child is now having to do school from home. You can't work from home and your child can't do school from home with one computer. You can actually buy a second computer for your house because you both have to have one. Those are some advantages that have come up due to the pandemic.
Those are amazing tips. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I wanted to share with the listeners today about how we can shift your mindset from the source of lack and limitation. As you were saying, when you start out your business, it may take you quite some time to want to actually grow it, or maybe the confidence is really not there. So what I've seen in my studies and working with Bob Proctor and some of the greatest minds that the world has ever known is that the core issue is self-confidence. And so I'm inviting all of you followers to my private Facebook group. It's called Diamond Valley. And I put the link in my page today. And inside there, I'm going to be sharing with you the self-confidence formula that you can add to your day of personal growth. And by reading this formula and committing to its values and principles, you can easily shift your mind. And I suggest that you read it first thing in the day when you wake up, because we all need to make a committed decision every day to go after our goals. And if we're going after something that doesn't excite us and scare us at the same time, we're not in a state of growth. So I want to give you 2 books that are amazing reads to help you with your self-confidence and to move from that mindset of lack and limitation to infinite. So the first book is by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and the book is called Psycho-Cybernetics. And this book will teach you how to recreate your self-image. And then another book that is amazing for business owners, if you haven't heard of this book, please write this down. It's called The Science of Getting Rich, and that's by Wallace B. Wattles. And if you can read that book one time over and then commit to re-listening to or rereading chapters 4, 14, and 7 every day, it'll take you about 30 minutes. It's a pretty small book. That will really help shift your mindset over to abundance and wealth and how to actually put yourself in the great vibration, And another tip that I ask my clients to do is have a gratitude list. And you're going to write on this gratitude list every single day, 10 things. And in the list, I would ask you to list 5 things that you're grateful for that you can see in your current environment. And really feel the feelings of being grateful for what you have. And then I want to ask you to list 5 more things that you want to manifest into your business and into your life. And feel really grateful as if these things have already happened. This exercise has brought me my business, my freedom from my 9-to-5, brought me a car. It's brought me all kinds of things. And I know that by continuing to use this tip every single day, it's going to continue to help me grow inside, because really when we grow, we have to start with the work as it's an inside job. So it looks like we may be having some connection problems. Cathi is coming in and out. Can you hear us, Cathi?
Yeah, kind of went in and out a little bit.
Okay. So those are my tips and tricks for business owners, is to get those 2 books and to join my private Facebook group page and really just stay connected as a plug-in for me, your source of personal development and business consulting. How can we get that going further for you? Get those goals really going for you. So I think that wraps up our time here. Cathi, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Another good book that you could get to help you learn about different tax tips that can help you is called The Power of Zero by David McKnight. It will help you learn about some of the strategies to get down to as low as a zero income at taxable income as possible. Taxable income doesn't necessarily mean zero income. That would be a great book to check out.
I do have a question for you now that you mentioned reporting as, a lower income. How would that affect you if you wanted to get a business loan or, perhaps go buy a house? when we go to report our income and we show on taxes that our income is low, then that could affect us with business loans and homes. Can you speak on that?
So getting to a lower taxable income doesn't necessarily mean a lower income. We just want like a lower taxable income. So for example, I'm a C corporation. I have to give myself a salary. One of my goals is to keep myself under 12%. And I'm married, which means that's $77,000 I can take and be in the 12% tax bracket, which is still not a zero tax, but it's 12%. And then I can issue dividends from my company for quite a bit, and they're in a 0% tax bracket.
Right.
So we can keep your income and pay as low as taxes as possible while still showing income on your taxes.
Right. And if any of this language is overwhelming for any of the viewers, Cathy's here for you. She wants to empower you and she wants to help you. So I have posted her information on this page, and I really hope that you take the time to reach out to her if you have questions that have been spurred from this conversation, because you deserve all the benefits. And if you're only aware of what you're aware of, so now that you know that there's more benefits embedded into our tax system, you are absolutely free to take advantage of those. And that's why I love being close and hanging out with wonderful coaches such as Cathi Korelin, because she's so giving and she wants to see people succeed. And I know that because she's done that for me already. So I wanted to extend a thank you to everybody who's watching and taking the time. It's been wonderful to have you here with us. Thank you, Cathi, for taking your time and being here and sharing your powerful knowledge with us.
Well, thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. Everyone have a beautiful weekend. Happy Friday. Sending you lots of love and light.